Mary Magdalene, sometimes called simply the Magdalene or the Madeleine, was a Jewish woman who, according to the four canonical Gospels, traveled with Jesus as one of his followers and was a witness to his crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. She is mentioned by name 12 times in the canonical Gospels, more than most of the apostles and more than any other non-family woman in the Gospels. Mary's epithet Magdalene may mean that she came from the town of Magdala, a fishing town on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee. The Gospel of Luke chapter 8 verses 2-3 lists Mary Magdalene as one of the women who traveled with Jesus and helped support his ministry out of their resources, indicating that she was probably relatively wealthy. The same passage also states that 7 demons had been driven out of her, a statement which is repeated in the longer ending of Mark. In all four canonical Gospels, Mary Magdalene is a witness to the crucifixion of Jesus, and in the Synoptic Gospels, she is also present at his burial. All four Gospels identify her either alone or as a member of a larger group of women, which includes Jesus' mother, as the first to witness the empty tomb, and the first to witness Jesus' resurrection. For these reasons, Mary Magdalene is known in some Christian traditions as the Apostle to the Apostles. Mary Magdalene is a central figure in later Gnostic Christian writings, including the Dialogue of the Savior, the Pistis Sophia, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, and the Gospel of Mary, which many scholars attribute to Mary Magdalene. These texts portray Mary Magdalene as an apostle, as Jesus' closest and most beloved disciple and the only one who truly understood his teachings. In the Gnostic texts, or Gnostic Gospels, Mary Magdalene's closeness to Jesus results in tension with another disciple, particularly Peter, due to her gender and Peter's jealousy of special teachings given to her. Scholars find claims Mary Magdalene was romantically involved with Jesus to be unsupported by evidence. The inaccurate portrayal of Mary Magdalene as a prostitute began after a series of Easter sermons delivered in 591, when Pope Gregory I conflated Mary Magdalene, who is introduced in Luke chapter 8 verse 2, with Mary of Bethany, Luke chapter 10 verse 39, and the unnamed sinful woman who anoints Jesus' feet in Luke chapter 7 verses 36-50. This resulted in a widespread but inaccurate belief that she was a repentant prostitute or promiscuous woman. Elaborate medieval legends from Western Europe tell exaggerated tales of Mary Magdalene's wealth and beauty, as well as her alleged journey to southern France. The identification of Mary Magdalene with Mary of Bethany and the unnamed sinful woman was a major controversy in the years leading up to the Reformation, and some Protestant leaders rejected it. During the Counter-Reformation, the Catholic Church emphasized Mary Magdalene as a symbol of penance. In 1969, the identification of Mary Magdalene with Mary of Bethany and the sinful woman was removed from the general Roman calendar by Pope Paul VI, but the view of her as a former prostitute has persisted in popular culture. Mary Magdalene is considered to be a saint by the Catholic, and by the Eastern Orthodox, Anglican, and Lutheran churches. In 2016, Pope Francis raised the level of liturgical memory on July 22 from memorial to feast. Other Protestant churches honor her as a heroine of the faith. The Eastern Orthodox churches also commemorate her on the Sunday of the Myrrh-bearers, the Orthodox equivalent of one of the Western Three Marys traditions.